Hi everyone, today is going to be a tutorial on how to solve a master Pyraminx. Pretty much this is like a 4x4 version of a Pyraminx. Yeah, I decided I wanted to do a tutorial because there's not a lot of tutorials on YouTube for master Pyraminx, so I decided to do one. So it's pretty much like solving a Pyraminx, but it's just with more pieces, and it's just another few things, but it's actually quite a fun puzzle to solve. And so anyways, before I start, I've got to tell you that you've got to know like how to solve a Pyraminx before we can get onto a master Pyraminx, because there are a few things that you need to know, like on the Pyraminx, that you need to know for this puzzle. So pretty much the first thing you want to do to solving this, first match up the tips. So just match up like what you do on Pyraminx, just match up the tips like so. Now the next step is like what you do on Pyraminx, is you want to get all the tips on the right side, so you got all the yellows on this side. So so you see this yellow, you can bring it like that, and then this yellow, you bring these two up like that. So now you've got those, and then you would fix this, and then you've got all the kind of like corners in. And so now what you want to do is you want to get all the edges solved, all these bigger edges here. So see, this is your orange and yellow edge. So what I'll do is I'll move it over like that, and I'll insert this into the orange and yellow position here, and I'll just insert it like a normal Pyraminx edge. So I'll bring this side up, twist this over, so I'll twist this into there like that, and then turn that side down. And so now I've got that edge in. And I do that same with every edge. So yellow and green, so move this to here, and it needs to go into here. So there's your yellow and green, so we just move it in like a normal Pyraminx edge. And there's one more, which is yellow and blue, so we turn this, and we want that to go into there, so we do insert that like a normal Pyraminx edge. So yeah, so now the bottom edges are in. Yeah, so now what we do is we solve the kind of like the top, these kind of edges here. And in order to do this, we pretty much want to just do like an algorithm to place these edges. So first of all, if you get to this case where none of the edges are solved, what you want to do is you want to turn the top layer until one of the edges is solved. So if you turn this, you look around, that edge is not solved, that edge is not solved, so this edge is solved. See how it's matched up with that? So once one edge is solved, you want to put the solved edge at the back like that, and so now it's over there. You want to perform this algorithm with these two edges here. So pretty much what you want to do is hold them like that, and then go R, U prime, R, L prime, U prime, L, U, so no, U prime, R, U, and R prime, and that should get all the edges here. So all we got to do now is turn, so they go to the right sides like that. So as you can see, these edges are now in, and then you turn the top one so that these is now like that. So now you've solved all of the edges, these big edges. So now we're going to solve these little edges here. Now pretty much this is like the same as like what you do on a 5x5. You know how you move an edge in, and then you turn it over to an incompleted edge and move one out. That's exactly what they're saying you do on this. So for example, we're going to solve each tip one at a time. So we'll start off with this tip here. Now for example, we want to look for orange and yellow, this one here. So we look for orange and yellow, and there's two of them, because there's one that goes here and then there's one that goes here. So just look for one of them, doesn't matter which one. We'll kind of find out which one we need to put in, which is right over here. So what we could do is, okay, so it needs to go at least into here. So it needs to go into this spot, that spot there. So we can move that yellow to there, so that piece there, and then we can move this into place like that. And so now, once that's in, we want to restore everything, so we're going to turn that over. It's like what we do in 5x5 or 4x4, and we've got an unmatched edge there, so we can bring that back. And then we've placed this edge. And then we do the same with every edge pretty much. So we look for another one. So we want to complete this whole tip. So we're looking for blue and red, so blue and orange. There's one over here. Is that the right? If it's not the right one, if it goes in the other way around, it means it's not the right one. You need to look for the other one. But as you can see, if we turn this side, this opening, if we turn it down like that, it goes into that kind of spot there. So we kind of needed to get an orange and blue in that spot there. So what we can do is, there's one already in that spot, so what we can do is just slice it up, and then we've got this paired up. So now we turn this tip over again and we slice everything back. So now we have one more to go, which is yellow and blue. So we look around. So as you can see, there's yellow blue in there, but it's not the right one. It's the other way around. So you got to look for the other one, which is this one here. So what you want to do is, you can see how this yellow blue can move like that. It can move up to this spot here. So what we can do is you can move that over and then move that into the spot. But when we move it over, there's already going to be a solved one, and then when we slice it back, we're going to kick out that solved one. But so in order to get this in without disturbing any of these, you want to kind of move this one that you want to move in, move it out of the way. Then you want to move this one here, move it down like that. So now we can move this one here, move that in there like that, and then we can slice it up, and now we have solved our first tip like that. Okay, so now we solve our next tip, which we'll do this one. So we've only got one more edge to place, so this is our red and blue tip. So we need to look for a red and blue edge piece, which is orange and blue. You can say red. So here it is over here. So as you can see, this opening can go into that spot there, so we can turn this into that spot. Now, like before, we can't just slice it up because it will always bring down another one. So what we can do is we can move this out of the way like that. Now we can slide this down there, slide it into the spot, and then slice this back up. So now we have solved two tips. Okay, so now we'll solve our third tip. So now this is when you look for the blue and green edge. Now we'll look for where it is. There's one here, but we'll probably use that one. So what we could do is, since it's already on that kind of tip, what we can do is we can slice it out like that, but it will kind of just disturb this one, but it'll kind of move it back as well. So this one, we want this to go into there, so we slice it down. Now we can bring that over like that and turn it up, and that will solve that. So we've got one more edge to deal with this tip. So where is it? The last, there it is, yellow and green. So where it needs to go into there. So what we could do that same maneuver we did before. So where's that? There it is. So we're going to move this opening down to there, so we can move that into there like that and move it up, and then that solves that tip. Now we just solved the last tip, and it's pretty much just a 3 cycle of the edges. So pretty much the cycle works. This is a really handy algorithm. So it just solves this top tip, and normally you sometimes just get it solved, but if you don't get it solved, then just do this algorithm. So pretty much you want to hold this on the top, of course, and you want to do this algorithm, which is right U R prime U R U and R prime. Yeah, and then So that didn't work the first time, so you got to do it again the second time. So R, U, R prime, U, R, U, R prime, and that should solve that. Okay, so now you return all the tips to the right colours, and then you're now left with the centres. So pretty much the centres are, well, there's two cases. You can get this case where you have 3 centres that are incomplete and 1 centre that is complete. If you get this case, then I'll show you, and this will probably, yeah, so hold it so that the completed edge is on, sorry, completed centre is on the bottom. Then you want to like turn the top layer so that you get the green matched with the green, and the blue with the blue, and with the yellow with the yellow. And then you want to do this algorithm. You can do it on any edge, but except for that one. So do it on this one. So go, so hold it like this and go R. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as what you did here, but you're doing it with these layers here. So you're going to go R, U, R prime, U, R, U, R prime. Now look around, and we've still got an edge solved there. So we do it again. R, U, R prime, U, R, U, R prime, and that solves all the edges, as you can see. So now we're just left with this tip. So we just match that up like that, and now we just do this little 3 cycle on this tip, and so it's, yeah, so we're just left with that. So we just do that same algorithm on that tip, and it solves your master Pyraminx. So I'll show you one more case. It's when you get 4 centres that are unsolved. So if you get this case, it's pretty easy. All you got to do is hold these, any of the 2. So you got 2 here and then 2 here. So you can't do it with these 2 because they're not like kind of opposite colours. You can do it with these 2 because they're opposite. So hold it so that these 2 need to swap like that, and then these 2 here at the back need to swap. So hold it like this. So you got to swap these 2, and you got to swap these 2. So pretty much it's really easy. All you got to do is move both L left and right down, then move them both up like that, and then just do that 3 times. Down, up, and that solves your master Pyraminx. So yeah, it's a really fun puzzle to solve. That's pretty much it. If you need help, I can probably just comment and I'll get back to you. But anyways, that's how you solve a master Pyraminx. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in my next videos.